Everyone watching, I've probably got this close to my face. I have no idea how close. It's quite close. I've got a disc here so I can see the reflection of the back of the camera. I thought, seeing as I'm replacing a computer downstairs, that I would get all the computers I own together and quickly show you them all. So, ignore this, sorry. So these are the computers here. No, there's a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. This one's the oldest one I own. This is my personal computer with the Aperture logo on the side. I've literally, about 5 minutes ago, when I can get the back off, replaced the CPU in this one. It's got a nice fan there. It's got 1 gig of RAM. Previously, when I had it, only had 512 megabytes. It's now upgraded to 1, and I've had this since I was 7, so this is my favourite computer of them all. It is old. Next one is this one here, which this one's now dead. Probably see there's nothing inside. You can also see we're running Ubuntu on it, or trying. You can see the VGA connectors there, and that's bust. That's why I'm not using it. But it had a nice CPU in it, so that's where the CPU's gone from this one. It's now gone from there and put the fan back on into the old one here. I have no idea how fast they are. They're about 1.5 gigahertz. Then we're going to move on. So what I'll do is move this one onto here before I get to it. This one here is a family machine, but I've still worked on it plenty of times. The USB is bust from me getting crazy and having a rage on it because it's a pain. The problem is these two here share the same RAM, but the RAM is bust, so I can't use them. Originally this one here was downstairs, which was over there, and as you can see there's nothing there, but now I swapped to this one and put the RAM in this one, but it turned out it's not even the motherboard, or CPU, it's the RAM, so neither computer works. There's only one set of RAM. I'll come to that in a minute. This one's got a 2.5 gigahertz dual core CPU, so it's a decent CPU, it's quite nice. It only came with a gig, and it came with Windows 7. So already, ZooStorm, you fail, because anyone knows Windows 7 runs only just smooth on 2 gig minimum, and it came with 1 gig, so you can tell how bad it were. I ended up installing XP on it after it was out of its warranty. But generally it's a nice one. The hold on button lights are blue. This one was my uncle's old one here. It was his work one. It's got a Windows, I don't know if you can see it through the gap, there's a Windows certificate there stating it's an XP business machine. It no longer is, it's dead. It's actually live at the minute. It's got it came with a gig of RAM, just under. No, 512. It was about a gig to 512. It's one of those two. And 1 RAM stick died. You can see them just over there. And I ended up removing the RAM. And then it was still too slow, so I gave up. So it had no RAM whatsoever, and it sat in my room using hardly any RAM. And it had remote desktop to a virtual machine, which was a Windows 7 virtual machine with plenty of RAM. But I lost that machine, so then this became useless. I then swapped the RAM out of this into this one to bring it downstairs. But of course the RAM is completely bust, so it's rendered both of these useless. but this is a very nice case, very nice. Except if you notice, the CD drives in this one, and this one isn't one here, but there would be, hit on the front. So if a disc gets stuck, or you turn it off with a disc in, you shove a paperclip in that hole there. Except for this one, where there's a panel covering it, and you cannot, when this panel's down, get at that hole. So you have to take this whole front off just to get at the release catch. Then I move to this one here. Anyone can tell you that this is a Mac Mini, but just looking at it, you can't tell you how old it is or anything else. It's got all the data on here, or information should I say. It's a reconditioned Mac too, which is interesting. It's got all the usual, it's got that thing in the back. This one was sent to me by Lincoln. It came from all the way from Los Angeles. So, I put the cable somewhere. It came with a USA plug. And I ended up using my laptop's plug, which is kind of clever because I didn't know they would match, but yeah, they're fine. So this one here is 2.6 gigahertz. It's single core, it's Intel, and it's got 2 gig of RAM, and video memory is only 64 MB. So it's a 2006 Mac Mini model, and the CD drive doesn't seem to want to work lately, but it still does good, even though I hate Macs completely. This one here has got 2.8 gigahertz single core CPU, which this has got the 2.5 dual. I thought when I saw the 2.8, I probably just said 2.6, ignore that if I did. 2.8, and I thought, wow, it's actually 2.84. But I thought, wow, that's quite good, till I realised this is single core, this is dual, so this one is better. I don't know about swapping the CPUs out. I've swapped the CPU into this one from that one. I haven't tested it yet, so they're probably both going to burn and die. So there's 5 machines there. You can see on the back, this one's missing its plate. This motherboard was originally in that one there, but I swapped them out, and you can see where that swapped over. This one's only got 2 USB ports. It's got 2 on the front, but one is dead. It burnt out, and there was a wire inside that set on fire back when it was my grandparents' machine. That's how come it's mine, because they got a new one which is a bit of a beast machine. It's got a gig of video RAM, so it can play games nicely. So moving on to this one. This one's got 4 on the back, 2 on the front. So altogether you've got 6 USB ports, which is pretty nice. You'll also see something that's different in a minute. This one here, this is a Dell machine. I'm a fan of Dells. Most people don't like them. 4 and 2 there. So that's 6 on the back, and there's 2 on the front. So altogether you've got 8 USB slots. I've never needed a USB hub in my life with that. And this one here has got 4. This don't have anything on the front. Sadly, it's just a hole. Otherwise I would. I don't know what would go there. It's a custom built one. It's even got a floppy disk in. I've not used that floppy disk before. All these floppy drives, both of them, are dead, which is a shame. This one, and that one, those 3 have serial ports, so I can connect my old scanner, which I can't on the newer one here, which is a shame. Yeah, they only expect you to have newer scanners because technology is moving on, and they're not waiting. This is Dimension 4700, so it's a nice one. The RAM is quite dear. It's you can get 4 gig for 80 quid, whereas I paid £2.50 for a gig of RAM for this, which was really nice. I've never paid so little for it in my life, and that really made me happy for ages. This one, it's bare at the minute. It's not even got the front panel connected. You can see the cables in the middle of the screen. The PSU is not connected, I don't think. It is actually. There's no fan on it. One very hot summer, I took it off and powered it with the battery because I was burning hot. This is quite interesting as both sides of this machine pop off, whereas this one, I don't know if you can see, it bends right over, and there's no join or anything. So this is one piece of metal going round, and it's only this side that pops off. Whereas this one's got one side too, and this one's both sides. So these two, both sides come off. And I'm mumbling. I don't want to keep going on, but they're nice machines. They're all Ethernet or Ethernet, depends how you want to pronounce it. So yeah, that's got it. This has got the DVI for Macs. I think it's DVI. So if I take this off, I probably just tightened it. I hate Macs. Only joking. Really, I don't like them. So, I've just tightened it up. Apple products. Come on. You don't want to come off, well. This is a power. This makes you go, what the hell is going on? I've never seen a power like that. This is a Firewire. I have never used any Mac product. I have never used a Firewire. This is my headphone port there on the right side. It's a bit blurry because the camera don't know how to focus because it's stupid. So I'm not too sure what that is. I'll probably zoom up, but yeah, we don't want to do it. I'll probably do this. You might be able to focus. There we go, it's focused. I have no idea what it is. I thought that was the microphone, but it doesn't want to do it. So, oh well. We've got the 4 USB ports here.
Tom, I'm finished. I need to ask you where Becca is.
Upstairs.
Right. Do you want a dad? She's upstairs.
This has got a sensor on it there. I'll probably zoom up like that. Oh wow, that's quite nice.
Dexter! Your mummy says, can you come down?
So altogether, that's all the machines there. So
it's
it's very loud
that means
because people are talking, and I'm in the family. But yeah, that's all of them. Thank you for watching.